say? What's impossible, well, they forgot. This world keeps spinning, and with each new day I can feel a change in everything. And as the surface breaks, reflections fade, but in some ways they remain the same. And as my mind begins to spread its wings, there's no stopping curiosity. I want to turn the whole thing upside down. I find the things they say just can't be found. I share this love I find with everyone. We'll sing and dance to Mother Nature's songs. I don't want this feeling to go away. I can't do everything, well, I can try. And as I roll along, I begin to find things aren't always just what they seem. I just want to turn the whole thing upside down. I find the things they say just can't be found. I share this love I find with everyone. We'll sing and dance to Mother Nature's song. This world keeps spinning and there's no time to waste. Well, it all keeps spinning round and round and round and round and upside down. Who's to say what's impossible and can't be found? I don't want this feeling to go away.
And the Queen Street Band, giving them some love today. How is everyone this morning? Fantastic. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Jonathan Zenz. I am the spiritual director here, and it's such a joy to have you join us this morning. I want to say especially, first of all, I also want to say welcome to anyone who's watching us online, whether you're watching live or in the archives. It is your presence is felt here, right? Yes, we feel the presence because the presence is everywhere, the presence. I want to say a special welcome to anyone who's joining us here for the first time today as well. And like I said, I'm going to start doing this every week. There's something that I need to let you know is that we knew you were coming. And so we did a little research on you. And what we found out is that you are magnificent, right? Let's all affirm that for anyone who's here for the first time. You are magnificent. And the reason that we can say you are magnificent is because we know that at the heart of what we see in other people, that is who we are at the core. And so what we can claim for each of ourselves is, I am magnificent. Let's all say that. I am magnificent. That's the truth. That's the truth. We stand for a philosophy here that teaches love, forgiveness, and remembering who we are, which is at the core, we are God. We are the expression of God in form. And that is really the basis of the entire philosophy. So let's kick off this celebration with this great song by Christopher Spinks. Please feel free to stand up, dance, and if you want to sing along, the lyrics are on your song sheets. All right. Breathe in the lyrics to this song. Heart to heart we are connected. Soul to soul we are joined, never alone or divided. One heart, one God, one love. Heart to heart we are connected. Soul to soul we are joined, never alone or divided. One heart, one God, one love. One heart, one God. to heart we are connected. Soul to soul we are joined. Never alone or divided. One heart, one God, one love. One heart, one God, one love. One heart, one God, one love. You know, if you look at the wrong lyric at the right time, you sing the wrong lyric, and that's okay. It happens. Of course, it's the one time I don't often say, look at the song sheet, but of course, the one time I have you look at the song sheet, I sing the wrong lyric. It's all good, yes. You know, it's the perfect expression of the divine truth, singing the wrong lyric at the right time.
You covered well.
Hey, you know, as long as I make it work in the meter of the song, had you not been looking at the lyrics, you never would have known. It's the story of my life after 20 years of theater. All right, let's take a breath. Take this energy of lightness, and let's infuse it into the next experience that we're about to have, which is going to be an experience that is glorious. I know this for sure, because the person that is about to get up and speak to you is glorious. She is one of our licensed practitioners here at the Center for Spiritual Living, and it is such an honor to call her my friend and my peer. And you know, I think back to some of the early times when we were getting to know each other, and she was right. She came up to me, she said, we will know each other in a very profound way. And at that point, I was new here. I thought, oh, well, okay, yeah. But she was so right on, because she set that intention for herself. We have come to know each other in a very profound way. And it is my pleasure to introduce to you today, with her inspiring words of wisdom, Linda Visosky.
Thank you, Jonathan. And I want to also welcome to those people online today, far and wide, wherever you are in the world. Welcome. So I was going to do the You Are Magnificent, but my dear Jonathan has already done that. So I just want to reiterate that we all are magnificent. So this morning I will be sharing with you my thoughts on living in alignment with truth, which, I gotta move this back, which is part of our global vision of this year's theme, a world that works for everyone. Upon pondering this quote, living in alignment with truth, I was drawn to a passage in the Science of Mind textbook, page 33. It states, and I love this, it says, when we learn to trust the universe, we shall be happy, prosperous, and well. God is always God. No matter what our emotional storm, I'm sure we all can relate to having emotional storms, there is always something hidden in our inner being that has never, ever been violated. Breathe it in. We may stumble, but always there is that eternal voice, if we sit in stillness, forever whispering within our ear. In Science of Mind, we embrace the understanding that God or Spirit, whatever you want to call this, has taken on a unique and individual form in each of us, as well as in all creation. Yes, so we come to realize that we're all individual expressions of the one, of God. So rather than thinking of ourselves in a duality form of human and divine, we realize that we are the thing itself, all one, all spirit. I recall the words of the divine principle, which guides the Science of Mind philosophy, and I'm sure you intern licensed practitioners know what that is. It states we are spiritual beings living in a spiritual universe. So we're spiritual beings living in a spiritual universe. We're all one. It goes on to say, governed by our use of the law of cause and effect. So there is only one thing happening at all times. At all times, the divine is expressing. So as we live in alignment each day with truth, I really pondered, what is my purpose in life? Have any of you ever thought that? Why am I here? What am I here to do? So I really got into some serious contemplation about that, and I really believe our work here is to allow more and more of this divine nature to be revealed in us and through us. So part of our evolution is to allow and become more love, more peace, more joy, more wisdom, abundance, and wholeness. And this is the expression of who we are, and we're here to share this with the world. That, to me, is what I believe is our mission. In doing so, we become portals, I love this, through which the healing energy, presence, and power of spirit enters the world. In this process, we spiral to the awareness that God is who and what we truly are. So as many of you know, I was part of the journeyers, and I'm looking at them out here, who went to Kauai several weeks ago. So I would like to share one experience, and I get a little excited about this one, with you, and Jonathan will know what I'm going to say. So, and many of you were here to share that adventure. Lena was there and George. So just imagine, close your eyes if you choose, that you were on a large catamaran ship. Well, where's Dane? That was his first day. Imagine sailing out into the Pacific Ocean. This boat held, 60, 100 people. So we departed from the port and motored out to the Pacific. I spent most of the time, and people will remind me, right at the helm, like holding on like this, bouncing up and down. I was just in my glory. Why? Because I knew I was in oneness with all that was. So all of a sudden, we look out to the left or over here, and here out in the distance were these whales, these humpback whales. And they come to Kauai to give birth to their babies in this time of the year. So they were breaching out here, and then we'd look beside the catamaran or through here. Remember that, Jonathan? And they were going like this, in and out of the water. And I thought to myself, they're saying to us, come play with me, come play with me. Then we all got really excited about this. The captain anchored the boat, right, in a cove. So most of us got into the water and swam. Got snorkels, flippers on. I can't tell you the beauty. So you just immerse yourself underwater, and here's all this beautiful coral of all shapes and sizes. Fish, a multitude of colors and schools swimming in and out of you. And then the sea turtles who sort of bob their heads on the top of the water. We then continued up the Nepali coast, which is 60 miles of shoreline that cannot be described. It is so magnificent. And it's only accessible either by boat, by air, or by foot. It was just magical. I can't even put into words. So that led me to a conversation with Fred, who also was on the trip with us, right? So I said to him constantly, so what's your experience in Kauai? So he thought for a moment, and his thoughts really resonated with me. He stated, words are limiting to the scope of my transformation. I live life-filled, I live action-filled, and I live peace-filled. Now, how many of us would like more of that in our lives? Right? I'm sure you're going to hear more from Fred in a few weeks when he talks about this. So moving back here. So as I align myself with truth, I trust and I know that in challenging times, and we all have those challenging times, there is a place of wholeness and peace within me. I call it my go-to place. I have my go-to people, but I know the answers are all within me. I have this go-to place. I know that love, oops, missed a page. I know that love is a response in every situation. No matter what happens, if I step back and breathe, I know that love is the answer to everything. Right? And so I keep faith, knowing and seeking the divine love within myself and with others. I identify at all times with love, peace, joy, and wisdom. This is who I am. So, my affirmation for today is, I'll say it once, and then we'll say it 2 times together. I live in alignment with my spiritual truth. I am a blessing in the world. Let's say that twice together. I live in alignment with my spiritual truth. I am a blessing in the world. One more time. I live in alignment with my spiritual truth. I am a blessing in the world. Namaste.
Take a breath. It's a perfect song, as it always is. As we step into this time of reflection upon what Linda has just said, whatever it is that resonates for you, let that be present. I live in alignment with my spiritual truth. I am a blessing to this world. That is an inherent truth within each and every one of us. Never underestimate the blessing that you are to this world. And so as I reflect upon this beautiful, extraordinary experience that we've had in Kauai as well, thinking about also being on the helm, bouncing up and down, tank tops, with sunshine on my shoulders, makes me happy.
Oh my God. So perfect.
Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes can make me cry. Sunshine on the water looks so lovely. Sunshine almost always makes me high. If I had a day that I could give you, I'd give to you a day just like today. And if I had a song that I could sing for you, I'd sing a song to make you feel this way.
So take a breath. Allow yourself to be fully present in the here and now, letting go of anything that has preceded this moment and any anticipation for what is to come. As we do this, let ourselves be receptive to these beautiful words that Linda speaks of truth.
I trust and I know sunshine on my shoulder always makes me high. I trust and I know I live in alignment with this truth, the truth of who I am. I trust and I know we are all individualized expressions of the divine, expressing at all times with more peace, more love, more joy, as we expand and expand and expand to a greater expression of who we are and how we show up in the world. I trust and I know this go-to place is a sacred place of the Most High, where the divine, where I am in and through and as the divine. So I step into courage and commitment to live from this place at every breath I take. I declare that yes, there is only one thing going on, and it is the divine. It is God. And I live in alignment with this truth. I'm so grateful, grateful, grateful for the presence of the divine, and that I get to show up every day, living to a higher place of this knowing. I'm grateful for the center. I'm grateful for Reverend Jonathan. I'm grateful for each and every person here today. For we are all beacons of light, here to shine our love and light with the world. So with this deep knowing, I take a deep breath. I release and I let go, and I know and I know. And together we say, and so it is.
Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes can make me cry. Sunshine on the water looks so lovely. Sunshine almost always makes me high. Sunshine almost all the time makes me high. Sunshine almost always.
Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Pierre and the band. This has been a song, or the song that we're about to do has been a song that's been on my radar for quite a while. And I was telling the band last week, because this is the song we were going to do last week, and then things changed, and we didn't do this song last week. But I was telling the band last week about the music video. Does anyone watch music videos anymore? I do watch them occasionally. I remember back to the early 80s when MTV first came on the air, and I used to sit there glued to my television watching music videos all day long when I was supposed to be in school. Anyway, there are two official music videos for this particular song, and one is, a typical music video of the band out there singing the song, but the other one really touches my heart, and I know, it's just, I wanted to say that.
Okay.
The other one really touches my heart because, oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, see? You know.
Because it's a video, and the whole point of view of the video is this beautiful, beautiful dog that is going around, and he's having his whole day and experiencing his whole day, and the capper on the video at the very end is that he gets adopted, and it just makes me so happy that I cry. Anyway, once you hear the song, you will understand also. Think about this beautiful dog and the experience that he's having, just bouncing around, having lovely, lovely time. So please welcome Pierre Gautreau and the Queen Street Band.
2, 3, 4. I had a dream so big and loud, I jumped so high, I touched the clouds. Oh, 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 oh. I stretched my hands out to the sky, we danced with monsters through the night. Oh, 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 oh. I'm never gonna look back, whoa, never gonna give it up, no. Please don't wake me now. This is gonna be the best day of my life, my life. This is gonna be the best day of my life, my life. I howled at the moon with friends, and then the sun came crashing in. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. But all the limits, just epiphanies. Whoa, oh, 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 oh.
Oh, 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 oh.
I'm never gonna look back. Whoa, never gonna give it up. No, just don't wake me now. This is gonna be the best day of my life. My life. This is gonna be the best day of my life. My life. I hear it calling outside my window. I feel it in my soul. The stars were burning so bright, the sun was out till midnight. I say we lose control. This is gonna be the best day of my life. My life. This is gonna be the best day of my life. My life. This is gonna be the best day of my life. My life. This is gonna be the best day of my life. My life.
Here go Tro and the Queen Street Band. Isn't that a great song? Yeah. It's going into our rotation now that we've introduced it. It'll be, we were going to put it into our rotation as like an opening song or a closing song, so you'll hear it again. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Despite the amounts of preparation that you do for any given Sunday as a minister, and I have my notes for what it is I would like to say today. Of course, you're always compelled in the moment for something else, because that's the way Spirit works. Spirit is always intuiting through us and as us. And so what needs to be said here today is happening and being said exactly as it needs to be said. So I would like to start with this. You are happy, prosperous, and well. I want you to say that as an affirmation. I am happy, prosperous, and well. I am happy, prosperous, and well. Now, I want you to say it again, and I want you to pay attention to that little voice in the back of your head. Let's say it. I am happy, prosperous, and well. Now, that little voice in the back of your head may be saying, yes, yes, yes. And I hope it is for all of us. There may be that little voice in the back of your head that is saying, are you out of your mind? Really? You're making that claim because you're sure not living that life. The fundamental truth of this philosophy and of all life is that we are happy, prosperous, and well. That's the core truth of Spirit flowing through us and living as us. We are happy, prosperous, and well. If there's anything in the back of your mind that says, no, that's not true, it's important to listen to that. It's important to listen to that because that is the belief that is actually showing up as your life. So if you are having doubt about it, look at your life. Is your life reflecting the doubt? Because the minute we get rid of that doubt, the minute we address that doubt and say, okay, I recognize and see that the doubt is there, and I'm willing in this moment to let the doubt go and fully affirm for myself that I am happy, prosperous, and well in all things. Watch your life unfold according to that paradigm. That's the way this entire philosophy works. We stand for what we say we stand for, but it's not based in what we say, it's based in what we believe. Belief is the most important aspect of this, probably only less important than feeling. Because if you believe it, but your feeling doesn't support the belief, well then, that's the work that then needs to be done. What is my purpose? I love that you brought up this idea. What is my purpose? What is my purpose? How many of us have truly asked that question and really, really asked the question with the idea that we would like to find the answer? Rhetorical. I saw a hand go up. We'll just make that a rhetorical question now. What is my purpose? It took me a very long time to finally land in my purpose, my reason for being, my dharma. And that is that this is what I feel most fulfilled doing. Being an inspiring speaker. I trust I'm inspiring. But, the expression of my life was in a very different form prior to my coming to this philosophy and prior to my deciding that I would like to become a minister in the science of mind, and then moving to Toronto, which is the best decision I've ever made in my life. It really is. I feel so connected to this country, to this city. I'm just happier than I've ever been in my life. This is the best day of my life. And you know what? Tomorrow's going to be even better. And tomorrow I'll get to say, this is the best day of my life. And that's the great thing about Spirit, is that it is constantly evolving into the best and the best and the best. So if you think that you've had the best experience of your life, think again. Divest yourself of that knowledge that you think the best is behind you, because it is not. When we decide for the best to be now, it is now. All right. I'm grateful also that you brought up the divine principle. We are spiritual beings living in a spiritual universe. You only used half of it, though. The other half of that is governed by our use of a spiritual law. That law is the law of cause and effect. Everything that shows up in our experience is the effect. There is cause to all that effect. That cause, we teach, is 100% in mind, in our thinking, belief, and feeling space. And it's funny because I still do this. I say mind, and what I really should be saying is mind. Because at the core, the heart is the true mind of the body. This is the intellectual part of our system. This is the embodiment, the feeling space in our system. And as we get more and more in touch with that and let this be the guide, rather than this, life begins to unfold in the way that I was talking about, where we are all happy, prosperous, and well, and that's all that shows up in our experience. You can never be, ready for this? You can never be more spiritual than you are right in this moment. How many of you are trying to be more spiritual? You can never be more spiritual than you are right in this moment, and the reason is because there is nothing but spirit. The whole of you is spirit. The whole of you is spiritual. You are 100% spirit. You cannot be more than 100% spirit. You are purity and wholeness at the core of your being. Ernest Holmes writes this: what we need to do, and what we will always be doing, is expressing more of God's nature through ourselves. This is the immortal and eternal endeavor. So although we can never be more spiritual than we are in this moment, we can never be more spirit than we are in this moment, we can consciously choose to express from that point of view more actively in every moment. And when we do that, we become happy, prosperous, and well. Even when things seem to be going awry, it's never happened to anyone here, I'm sure. Even when things seem to be, it's funny, I go to that joke every single time I say something like that, and it still lands every single time. It's good. I'm going to keep using it as long as you keep laughing. If things are going awry in your life, remind yourself in those moments, I am 100% spirit right here and right now, and I know a deeper truth. That is the foundation of our form of affirmative prayer in this philosophy. We believe fully in prayer. We teach prayer. A lot of the classes are devoted to learning how to pray effectively. Prayer starts with the premise that God is all there is, therefore I am that. God is all there is, therefore I am that. There is no separation. There is no personality out there. There is only the perfect presence and principle of creation throughout everything, and we're all part of it. We're all expressing from that point of view. So God's spirit, life, has taken on unique and individualized form in each of us. It has taken on unique and individualized form in each of us. And in all things of creation, again, there's my wall. This too is God. All of it's God. We are not human beings having a human experience. We are not even human beings, or we're not even spiritual beings having a human experience. We are spiritual beings having a spiritual experience. This is the way I choose to lead my life in everything, not just on Sunday mornings. And that's part of the next step. Taking this point of view into your everyday life. Everything that shows up is a spiritual experience. Everything. And when we see something that goes awry, that too is a spiritual experience. I was just informed today of what seems to be what we would consider in the world of form, a serious car accident. Car went over the railing on the DVP. That too is a spiritual experience. And I'm not saying this to bring us down. I'm saying this because we can collectively in this community know a higher truth for whomever is involved in that experience. That they are perfect, whole, and complete in the expression of themselves through this experience. That is a healing consciousness. The minute we go down the path of, oh my gosh, I can't believe what happened. Did you see? And those poor people, that is not a healing consciousness. That does not service the people that are having the experience. So let us all take into our own minds this idea. Everyone who is touched by that experience is perfect, whole, and complete in the expression of the experience right here and right now. That's the fundamental truth. That is the fundamental truth. We are spiritual beings having a spiritual experience. Everything that shows up is spiritual. It is an opportunity to go deeper, to delve deeper, to know something more. What I'd like us all to do, there's participation today. I want you to breathe into this moment. I would like you to hold your arms up like a V toward the sky, as though you are receptive to the whole, right here and right now, just allowing your body to be open and receptive to the whole. Imagine the whole of the cosmos stretched out above you. It is everywhere. And in this moment, we experience it as stretched out above us. This divine reality is all around you. Right here and right now, we are tuned in to the divine channel. In full embrace of this idea, now bring your arms down to your heart, as if bringing the infinite reality of spirit to your center. Breathe. And allow yourself to open your eyes if you've closed them. I would not suggest doing this while driving, but you have the opportunity to make your connection whenever and wherever you are. All it takes is the intention and the follow-through on that intention to find yourself come to that space. It's what we call centering ourselves in spirit. And regardless of the circumstances I'm experiencing, when I center myself in spirit, whatever has been going on in my life simply melts away, because I realize that the form is unimportant. What is important is that deeper understanding that I have the whole of the cosmos at my command, and I bring it down and understand that it is the core of who I am. We are on an ever unfolding journey of awakening. We are on an ever-unfolding journey of awakening. And I've been reminded recently about this awakening and ways that it has expressed itself in my life throughout my history. And I'm going to talk about my past a little bit, my history, which I recognize has no bearing on my personal present moment, except to the degree that I allow it, but I can use it as an example. One of the greatest lessons I've ever been given. And it's funny because as I was thinking about talking about this today, struck with this idea. I don't know that I've ever actually expressed what I'm about to express in service. I think I've talked about it in class, and I've certainly talked about it privately with people. When I was living in LA, Los Angeles, back in the year 2000, and I was at the end of a relationship, and it was not a good relationship. I ended a relationship. I walked out of my apartment, and I left. I mean, I literally walked out of my apartment, got in my car, had no idea where I was going, but I just started driving, because that's the only way I knew how to escape the relationship that I was in that was not working for me. And I drove to San Diego, because that's where my father was living at the time, and I just showed up at his door. Hi, I'm here, and I need to be here for a little while. So my partner at the time tracked me down at my father's. I hadn't told him where I was going. I didn't tell him anything. I just literally walked out the door. And so he was expressing his concern. He called, and we started having the conversation about, this is definitely over. It's not going to happen. Like, I'm not coming back. I'm not putting myself back into this situation, and I need to do this for myself. This was also a time where I was experiencing, for lack of a better way of putting it, the life of being a starving actor. So I didn't have a lot to my, I didn't have a lot of possessions. But I had enough to feel comfortable in my space. And I was at my dad's for about a week. And through this, we were negotiating over the phone, like, who was going to maintain the lease on the apartment, and like how we were going to deal with like the circumstances. And so finally, he decided he was going to move back to the East Coast. We had met when I was living in New York, so he moved back to the East Coast, and I drove back, and I opened the door to my apartment, and he had taken everything. He had taken everything. I walked in literally to a completely empty apartment. No furniture, nothing. No bed, nothing. And I was struck in that moment going, oh my gosh, what's important here? That was the question that I'm grateful that I came to. What's important here? This is before my spiritual journey, so I was already having these ideas, right? What's important here? I recognize for myself that the stuff is just stuff. The stuff is just stuff. Stuff can be replaced. I walked back in with my integrity intact. I walked back in with my heart intact. And I walked back in with my head held high saying, this is a fresh start. This is the opportunity for a fresh start that is not defined by the stuff in my life. If we begin to each of us look at the stuff in our lives, to what degree are we defining our lives based on the stuff in our lives? That's really the big question today. And I'm going through it again a little bit because Dane and I are moving. We have a moving company scheduled to come take all of our belongings to a new apartment tomorrow. And through this process, I have been looking at the stuff in my life and thinking, do I really need this? What is it that I can now shed? What is it that I can purge from my life? What is it that I have no use for any longer in terms of stuff? And I still find it difficult. Poor Dane came home from work yesterday, and I was home all day yesterday, and it was really my intention to get most of the packing done yesterday. And he came home, and I texted him. I said, I haven't gotten much done today. He came home, and he says, are you okay? I said, no. Because I feel really, I'm feeling really emotional about moving, and it seems to always express itself here on Sundays, because 2 years ago, when I was moving into the space that we're now moving out of, I did a talk called The Starter Apartment, and all of the emotional stuff that went around that, right? Can you believe that was 2 years ago? When I look at the stuff, I come to a deeper realization that it is me who is attributing meaning to the stuff. And the minute I take the meaning away from the stuff, with the recognition that whatever it is that I've given meaning to is still within my heart, I don't need the stuff to remind me of that any longer. I'm becoming a lot less sentimental about stuff. But it's a continuing journey for me. This is the art of living in alignment with spiritual truth. The spiritual truth is there is nothing in the world of form or circumstance that really has any value or meaning except the value and meaning that we give to it. So when we take that away, when we step back from that, what's left? The experience of life. The experience of life. One of the greatest gifts I've been given is that I value experience now more than goods and material possessions. That's why things like going to Kauai every year are important to me, because the experience that I have does so much more for me spiritually than anything I could ever accumulate. I have accumulations here, things that I have attributed meaning to, and if you ask me about it, I could probably tell you a story about pretty much every single thing that I have collected and put here. And I find some level of importance for myself in that, but I also recognize and know that I'm the one who put that on it. And I don't need to. I could get rid of all this stuff because the value of it would still be deep in my heart. When we live in alignment with spiritual truth, we live fuller, richer lives. That's what it boils down to. We live fuller, richer lives when we're living in alignment with spiritual truth. It moves us beyond belief and into action in our lives. When we come to this philosophy initially, many of us come to it with an intellectual point of view. We look at it intellectually. We look at it, we study it. There's this book that is, I always bring it up, right? Because it's a big, thick, heavy book that has a lot of words in it, and it's a lot of intellectual learning that we begin with. At the end of the day, none of this means anything. This self-awareness that we develop through this means nothing without it translating into self-expression. And so that's the step today. As we live in alignment with spiritual truth, I invite us all to begin to look at how is my alignment in spiritual truth showing up in self-expression. What is it I need to know? In the face of any challenge, and challenge is simply a perception, the solution is to remember our innate wholeness and peace. Living in alignment with this truth, we keep the faith in the reality of spirit as us, and that is faith-based living. Remembering who we are. So this week, again, I'm going to give you a little homework. I want us all to really, really focus on the circumstances of our lives, the possessions that we hold on to, everything that shows up in the world of form. Really look at the circumstances of life. And as you perceive what is in your life, begin to look at it again through the eyes of spiritual truth, through the eyes of spirit. And determine for yourself, does that hold more meaning than this? Does that hold more meaning for me than this? And if it does, begin to translate the feeling that you have about that thing to this. So let's affirm together. I'm going to say these affirmations, and I invite you to repeat them with me. I am open to my entire being. Sorry, I'm going to start that again because I put in an extra word. I open my entire being to the reality of God. I open my entire being to the reality of God. God, Spirit, life is that which I am. God, Spirit, life is that which I am. I live in alignment with my highest spiritual truth. I live in alignment with my highest spiritual truth. I am a blessing to the world. I am a blessing to the world. Breathe that in. Allow it to resonate deeply in that heart space, for that is the truth. Namaste. As the band returns to their positions, I invite you to take whatever it is you're offering the center today in terms of a financial contribution, your investment, your tithe, whatever you choose to call it, recognize it for what it is. This too is an expression of divine reality and form. And this only means what we put into it. And so I infuse my gift today with the meaning of love and forward momentum, because that's what I expect from this place when I give. I invite you to give today with love in your heart, not out of a sense of obligation, and recognize and know that the giving and the receiving are two sides of the same coin, and we keep in circulation with life to the degree that we can both freely give and freely receive. So I am grateful for all that flows through us and to us today. As the baskets go around, we're going to sing I'm So Grateful. It's a great song by Karen Drucker, and I'm going to bring my mic stand out here because I'm going to do arm movements with it because I just feel compelled to do that today. All right? Feel free to stand up.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, 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 I'm so grateful. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, 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 I'm so grateful.
And so I'm going to invite Linda to do a blessing over this offering today.
I am so grateful, for I trust and I know that money is God in action. As we give, we receive. As we receive, we give. I'm so grateful for this vibrant center, the energy, the love, the spirit that abounds. I'm grateful for Jonathan, for Helen, for the board, for the practitioners, for every single person that comes into this beautiful place. I am so grateful. So with an open, grateful heart, I release these words with abundance and joy, and together we say, and so it is.
Let's sing I'm So Grateful.
I'm so grateful, 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 I'm so grateful.
So a couple of things that just to bring to your attention, you have your announcements on your sheet. I went over them quite thoroughly last week, so I'm not going to do quite as lengthy a job in covering them this week. I do want to remind you that we do still have the benefits program open. The benefits program is open to anyone who would like to sign up, and what you get with the benefits program is for the $14.95 pre-authorized payment that you make each month. You get a Science of Mind magazine every month from us. You get 10% off in our bookstore. You also get discounts at various businesses right here in Leslieville. So take a look into that because it's a great opportunity to support local businesses, to support the center. Also, one of the things that we don't talk about very much is that as a not-for-profit, we have actually received from the CRA a very important letter that says we are not required to charge sales tax. We do not collect sales tax in our center. So when you purchase stuff here in our bookstore, it's tax-free. Did you know that? So, take a look at what we have to offer. Also, the annual general meeting is today following service. We're going to, once service is complete, I'm probably not going to step out like I usually do and have my reception line. It is a reception line, basically, right? I'm not going to step out there. We're just going to take a couple minutes, and we're going to reconvene fairly quickly. We'll have enough time for a potty break, and if you want to grab a cup of coffee or some water or something, and we're going to come right back in here and go launch right into it. So we can, get out of here in a timely manner as well. So the annual general meeting is today. Also, what else do I want to let you know about? The February themes for the services are on your sheet as well. Oh, I know. February 14th, that is 2 weeks from today. Valentine's Day, that is a Sunday. And so we're going to celebrate Valentine's Day by having a potluck. So we're going to invite you all to sign up for our potluck and join us for fellowship and potluck on February 14th. Always join us for fellowship following the service because we always stick around and have a little chat, right? Anyway, classes are ongoing. I did put out a sign-up sheet for anyone who was interested in volunteering and traveling to Guatemala to work at Casa Guatemala. So this is not a commitment. I'm not saying you're committing to going. I'm saying sign up if you would like to receive the information about what that will all entail. Because as it becomes available to me, I will then send it along to the list that develops from that. So if you were interested in volunteering with me in Guatemala in June, sign up, and we'll make sure that information begins to be put out there. All right, that's it.
Yeah.
Yes. You good?
Yes.
All right, let's take a breath. I'm going to start off, as Pierre is noodling, reading some of the Declaration of Principles, some of the things we stand for here. And I just invite you to take it into your heart in whatever way resonates with you. I believe in one living spirit, one indestructible, absolute, and self-existent cause. I believe this one manifests itself in and through all creation. I believe in the individualization of the Spirit, and that all people are individualizations of the one Spirit. I believe that heaven is within, and that we experience it to the degree that we become conscious of it. I believe that God is personal to all who feel this indwelling presence. I believe in the eternality, immortality, and the continuity of the individual soul forever and ever expanding. I believe in the eternal goodness, the eternal loving kindness, and the eternal givingness of life to all.
I'm here to remind you of your magnificence, to help you awake to all the wonder that you are. I long to show you all the joy you're worthy of. I'm here to remind you how much you're truly loved. I'm here to remind you of your magnificence, to help you awake to all the wonder that you are. I long to show you all the joy
It is my intention and my purpose in my life to stand firm in my commitment to remind every person I encounter of their magnificence. For I know that each and every one of us is a perfect individualized expression of this one living spirit, this one indestructible, absolute, and self-existent cause. There is nothing but this one. There is nothing but love. There is nothing but this creative urge, this creative energy within each and every one of us. This is the truth that I live. And I invite each and every one of us to resonate to the degree that we can with that truth. I stand firm and resolved in this moment, knowing that our lives are happy, prosperous, whole, and complete in the expression of them. For we are each of us surrounded by that loving presence, indwelled with that loving presence, and showing up as that loving presence. And so everything that shows up in our lives is born of that idea, is born of that love. And so as we step into this alignment with truth, this conscious alignment with truth, more and more shows up in constructive ways. This is what I stand for. And I am so grateful for this understanding. I am so grateful for this alignment with truth that we all share. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity to stand here and express it. And I'm grateful for everything that aligns in this space, in this time, in this center for that purpose. Grateful to our board members today, Fred and Helen, for their service. Grateful for Lori and Jackie setting up today. Grateful for Sophia, who's made her commitment to clean up following service today. Grateful for Sandra and Susan, our greeters on duty, and as well as Marg in the bookstore. So grateful for Carrie on sound, Jim on our webcast, Harold and his commitment to the youth in this center. I am grateful. I stand in profound gratitude for the wisdom and insight of Sha Rose and her beautiful meditation this morning. I'm grateful for the insight and wisdom shared with us by Linda. I am grateful. Grateful for Pierre Gautreau and the entire Queen Street Band and the joy that I experience through their expression of music. And so it is in gratitude that I simply release this word, knowing it is complete. It is so. I release it and let it go, as together we say, and so it is. I'm here to remind you of your magnificence, to help you awake to all the wonder that you are. I long to show you all the joy you're worthy of. I'm here to remind you how much you're truly loved. I'm here to remind you how much you're truly loved. Yes, and so it is. Take a breath. We're going to step into that great understanding that, at the end of the day, what is it that makes us want to sing?
God!
That's right. You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Come on up here. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. Whoa, yeah. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing.
I can do most anything. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Take it here.
Oh, I'm loving every living thing.
Everything, every living thing.
I can see the face of God in the paupers and kings.
Kings, robbers and kings.
Well, we are all precious, no less or more, and we all got the same treasures in store. So I'm a loving, oh, every living thing. Hey, I can't help it. God makes me wanna sing. I can't help it. God makes me wanna sing. Yeah. It makes me feel so good. I can do most anything. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm believing in my guiding light.
In my life, in my guiding light.
Well, no matter what comes, it always turns out right.
Turns out right.
I just dig right down to how I feel. Then I take a deep breath, and you know what? I grab the wheel. I'm believing, oh, in my guiding light. Hey, I can't help it. God makes me wanna sing. Woo. I can't help it. God makes me wanna sing. Yeah. It makes me feel so good. I could do most anything. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, so I'm rising to a higher place.
To a higher place.
With the wind at my back and a smile upon my face.
All upon my face.
Well, I'm living my dream a little more each day, and it keeps getting easier to find my way. I'm rising, oh, to a higher place. Yeah, I can't help it. God makes me wanna sing. Oh, I can't help it. God makes me wanna sing. Yeah. Well, it makes me feel so good. I could do most anything. Yeah, yeah. Come on, everybody. I can't help it. God makes me wanna sing. Woo. I can't help it. God makes me wanna sing. It makes me feel so good. I could do most anything. Yeah. I can't help it. God makes me wanna sing. What do you say, Ken?